You are listening to the Street 919 FM. Stay with us for news, interviews, and commentary that shape our democracy. Street 919 FM, the official station that defends the nation. Follow the Street 919 FM on all social platforms at the Street 919 FM. You're listening to the Street 919 FM, your destination for the best music around. All the hits and timeless classics on the Street 919 FM.
Another day above ground, I see. I focusing on the positives, because yesterday I was down. People do me wrong, but it's love in me heart. When they try to take me for clown, I do them no wrong. Jaja have me back, and I shouting, oh Lord, I'm thankful, oh Lord, I'm thankful. It's you who give me health and strength. Oh Lord, I'm thankful. It's you give me the handful. Every day you're blessing me. Only it and back and on. It's nothing we nature. Money in we pocket. This life I want love it. Only it and back and on. It's nothing we nature. Food on we table. I good and I'm able. Pick a jump up and wait. I thankful for life. To see another sunrise. Me to one up in the air. All the stress on your mind. Put them problems aside and give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray and give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray. Another day above ground, I say, thank you, Father. I'm focusing on the positives, cause yesterday I was down, today I feel strong. Yes, His love in me heart. Dirty up me name my wrong tongue. I do them no wrong. Jaja have we back, and I shouting, oh Lord, I'm thankful, oh Lord, I'm thankful. It's you who give me health and strength. Oh Lord, I'm thankful. It's you give me the handful. Every day you're blessing me. Only it and back and on. It's nothing we nature. Money in we pocket. This life I want love it. Only it and back and on. It's nothing we nature. Food on we table.
Are you dealing with high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, prostate issues, cancer, PCOS, fibroids, or low testosterone? These conditions do not just show up overnight. They are signs that your body is out of balance. At the Healthiest Corner on Earth, my focus is restoring that balance naturally using time-tested herbs, personalized wellness plans, and nutritional guidance, helping your body return to homeostasis, the state where healing begins. When your body is in balance, it can protect, repair, and renew itself. You don't have to wait until things get worse. You can take control of your health now. My goal is simple: to prevent chronic disease and support your body's natural ability to heal. Book your free consultation today. Give me a call at 736-3962 or 709-8450. Let's restore balance and prevent what's preventable, because your healing journey starts with one step, and I am here to walk it with you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. This is your boy, Mr. Johnson, the founder of the Healthiest Corner on Earth, located at 92 East Drive in Champlain. You have a free consultation with me as it pertains to your chronic diseases and expanding your health profile and expanding because I asked the questions many, many times, is the absence of disease good health? And the answer to that is an unequivocal no. The absence of disease could never be good health. Good health is your body's ability to pop the neck of any virus, pathogens, or whatever environmental factors that may hit your body. Your body's ability to pop the neck of those viruses so it would not disrupt the natural function of the human body. That, in my perspective, and from a holistic perspective, is good health. So for those of you right now who is swimming and feeling good because you do not have a disease, it don't mean that you are in good health. You want to know more about it? 736-3962, 736-3962, or 709-8450, 709-8450. Book your free consultation today. Your boy will walk you through that. You have an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. Disclaimer: I consider myself an intelligent man because I know I don't know everything. Some of us don't know that we don't know. Some of us didn't know that we didn't know. And some of us still don't know that we didn't know that we don't know. But those who knows not and knows not that he knew or she knows not, well, we know what's going on there. So I consider myself an intelligent brother because I know I do not know everything. Disclaimer: not because I talk very profound and confident about a particular subject matter means that I know everything. It just means I know what I'm talking about as it pertains to that subject matter. So if you want a philosophical conversation, we can have that. If your intention is to try to show me how let me leave out the word intelligent. If your intention is to show me how educated you are, you may be hitting a rock stone. I say that with confidence, respectfully. So good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to my Bago people. Good morning to all the people who continue to support me as I support you. And I ask the Creator every single day, who or whatever your concept of Creator / is, to lead me to the people who I need and the people who need me. We wait too long. We wait too long until the disease engulfed our body, our very soul. And then sometimes they reach out to me and it's like, do you have any hope for sale? Sometimes I do. And I always will have hope because I truly believe the human body is endowed with an intelligence that will heal itself. If given the right, correct raw material / environment, the human body will heal itself. If that wasn't the case, many of us would not be here today. I probably wouldn't even be here having this conversation with you on this platform. All right, so blessed morning again to you. Good morning, Trinidad Tobago. Good morning to my Bago people. Blessed morning to you, Corporal John. Good morning, Miss Nicole John. Good morning, Miss Nicole Gordon John. Hope everyone is doing fantabulously fantabulous and continue to shade under the Creator's golden branches, love and care. All right, so blessed morning to my siblings. Good morning. Michael Best, what's going on, man? Cut. Good morning to my entire Dallas-Fort crew. That is my village. That is where I was brought up. And I learned a lot of things from that foundation. Can't forget my Dallas-Fort people. I wish Dallas-Fort was a little bit more modified. Sometimes I feel like they have forgotten us. But great people come from the East. And a lot of good people come from Dallas-Fort. So good morning to my Dallas-Fort people. The youths, keep standing tall, man. Y'all stay focused, man. Y'all stay focused. Stay focused. The only person that stands between you and what you want to accomplish in this life is you. Who's the common denominator between you and the problem you're facing? It's you. Focus on the inside. Go there. Journey on the inside. And you will find the answers right there. It's not an external thing. It could never be, never will, never has been. And for that reason, you need to continue to journey on the inside. What is this preambling all about? It's about lifting oneself up. Elevate yourself. Nobody ain't coming to save you. You got to do it on your own. You have to. You have to. Solitude is power. And I always say this. Mystery creates attraction. Clarity creates trust. If you have to over-explain yourself to people, and you have to over-explain your boundaries and values to people, you're going to shoot both those things in the head. So I'm telling you right now, keep standing tall and stand on your values and boundaries. Every single one of us are a work in progress. Everyone. And if perfection is what you're striving for, you could ride out from this planet now. So good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my Dallas people again. Let me just continue with my greetings there. My cousin Michael Best, all my folks in Dallas and my siblings, good morning. My sibling Lynette, good morning to you, darling. Joe Blunt, what's going on? Kerry Packer, how you doing, my brother? My sister Allison, what's happening? Bowich Dancer Boy, where I go on, my brother? And my brother, Wax Dog Jr. He is a senior, but he's a junior. To my boy Andy Daniel. Andy boy, this weekend I had every intentions of calling you, and then something pop up. I said I would leave it, but I will give you, if I don't call you today, I will call you tomorrow, my boy Andy, for sure. All right, don't worry yourself, for sure I'll give you a call, man. We need to talk. All right, so I hope you're having a good day, and I extend this greetings to by way of you and your family, my brother. Keep standing tall. We go way back, can't forget that, brother. So love in the house. So good morning, my brethren. Jason McPhee, what's going on, man? Good morning to you, man. Good morning. So, Wax, anyway. Vanny, good morning. Good morning. Josiah, good morning. Good morning, my brother. Good morning. Cheyenne, how are you, darling? And good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Josiah. That's what's up. Good morning to y'all. Good morning, Beverly. Good morning, Bev. How you doing? I will reach out to you sometime today. I had a very important meeting. Yesterday, I hit the ground running. And I tell you, hit the ground running, I hit the ground running. I went to Pinal. It was a very, very, very insightful meeting. It was a long one, but it was nice. So I would reach out to you. And all the people who I need to reach out to, trust me, I would reach out to you. It may take a little while, but I would reach out. So again, blessed morning to everyone within the sound of my voice. Kella and Mama, what's going on? Mr. and Mrs. Santa Cruz, good morning. Ryan, good morning to you, my brother. Blessed morning, blessed morning, blessed morning. Miss Nicole Huggins, good morning to you there. Hope all is well. Good morning to Nell. How are you? Miss Gettins, good morning to you. How are you, Miss Gettins? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. And you continue to shade under the golden branches of the Creator's love and care, Miss Gettins. Good morning to the police service. Our police department, good morning to you guys. Great job thus far. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. I know it's rough, 24 ostras sometimes, but we need you guys. Although we just get mad sometimes at you guys, we can't do it without y'all. So from me to you, blessed morning, keep standing tall. The fire department, good morning to you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Our Coast Guard, good morning. And our regiment, good morning. All the private security firm, good morning. The brothers on the road who doing their little hustle, blessed morning to y'all. Who running your PH, make sure your paper straight, because when them white shirt pull you up, you can't give no talk. If you're straight, you could give a little talk if the approach isn't right. But you know that goes sometimes. Sometimes our ego jumps out and try to have conversation with us. All of us been there, you know what that means. But sometimes the best thing to do, and take it from me, a man sometimes who's quick to go on the back foot, I would admit that. I need to work on that. I'm still working on it. As I said before, all of us are work in progress. The best thing to do a lot of times is to respond, not to react. Let that sink in. So good morning again. Good morning. I want to talk this morning about, let me see who I leave out. Miss Aaron, good morning to you. Miss Cynthia Aaron in Atlanta, good morning to you, my dear. And good morning to Francisca in Florida. Good morning. Brilliant, brilliant lady. One of our own Trinidadian. These are Trinidadians, people who just out there doing a good job. Yeah, I need to come back home and do job down here. Do like me, come back home at your yard. All right, so blessed morning again to everybody. I want to talk to you guys this morning about the human body that is imbued with an intelligence, and many of us do not believe the body is imbued with an intelligence. Let me put that on pause for a little bit. Good morning, Scrappy, my cousin. Good morning, Scrappy. What's going on, my brother? I know you are listening somewhere. If you have a contribution for me this morning, you always have something. Send it through now, man. right? Or if you can just write something or whatever, I would do my best to fit it in. And for you folks this morning, again, it's always never a problem. If you want to make a phone call, you can do so at 342-0081. You're more than welcome. If there's a question that you want to ask pertaining to my program, no politics, please. 342-0081 or 466-5391. 466-5391. Again, 342-0081 or 466-5391. You want to make a contribution on my program? Feel free to do so. Call in. I would always do the best I can, the best I know how to answer your call. Again, I do not know everything. Let me give you our Tobago colloquial language. Me no know everything. And I'll be the first to tell you that. All right? So I want to explain, I want people to understand the importance of what the human body is imbued with, this intelligence that the human body is imbued with. Listen, we go to bed, we walk around every single day, unknowingly, unconsciously surviving, unknowingly surviving, and nope. I was hearing it all the time now. I think it's, yeah. And knowingly, unconsciously, we floating, we going on autopilot. We do this every single day, not understanding that the human body is imbued with an intelligence. So I'm going to ask you guys this question and process this for a little bit. When you go to sleep, you're gone, you're knocked out clean, your heart still beats. There's still a lot of biological processes that takes place there, biological function that goes on while you sleep. Your brain function. Thank you, my brother. Love in the house. Nice. Kylos is such a gentleman. Kyle, I want to meet your mommy, you know, but you so humble, right? That woman, she brought you up properly. You're just one of those brothers who wasn't dragged up. You're very demeanor. You know, you could just say, Alloy or Mr. Johnson. The man always talking about, good morning, Mr. Alloy. Okay, Mr. Alloy. Oh, Lord, Kylo's boy. Love in the house, man. Keep it that way, man. You're a good one. All right. So, we hear what we need to understand. I hope I didn't lose my thing there. We need to understand that we walk through all these things subconsciously. And these biochemical, these functions that takes place in our body unknowingly. I want you to ask yourself, who running that show? Who running that show? Because it can't be the drugs that we have to replace in order to move forward the way we want to move forward in our lives. And I gave you guys a parallel recently because you guys may think, hear why I'm talking about these particular subject matters. Let me tell you why I'm talking about it. I am talking about it because it answers equal the position we are in today. That is why I'm talking about it. It answers equal everything that we are facing today. So however you want to extrapolate that or let it sit with you, however you want to construe what I'm saying, the reality is that we are suffering. We think we are doing the best we can, the best we know how, but we are not, because we are eating poisons every day. We eat ultra processed foods every day. And then in order to manage the issues that we get from these pathologies, we start using drugs. So we use all these pharmaceutical drugs. And again, my disclaimer, thank God for lidocaine, thank God for penicillin, thank God for a lot of stuff. I am just letting you know, let me give you my preface again. No. If you think that is so good and that is how this is how the human body is, that you want to put the drugs before everything else, I'm asking you to get your 7 to 8 different type of pharmaceutical drugs, get your 7 to 8 different type of botanical drugs, botanical herb, botanical nutrition, raw materials, as I always call it, raw materials. Get that, swallow them every single morning for 7 days. Swallow them every single morning for 7 days. I know what's going to happen after 7 days, before 7 days with drugs. And I know also what's going to happen with botanical herbs. You swallow, you're not eating any food. That is your food. Because here what made me very sad this week. A gentleman whose wife is in the medical fraternity looked him in his eyes. And then he called me and he said, listen, He said, Johnson, I know something wrong with that. Something that's wrong, boy, but you know how it is and wherever and wherever. Again, bro. Again, I know you're locked on this morning. I said, again, my brother, think for yourself. That is all I'm going to have to ask you. Think for yourself. And his wife, who is very high up, looked him. This brother, he called me Sunday. Sunday or yesterday? No, Monday morning. His wife looked him in the eye and said to him, you know, you really have to be careful with these herbs and stuff, because you know they will damage your kidney and your liver. Wait, hold on here, boy. You tell me what I miss. Tell me what I am missing. And she's saying that in lieu of, it's better that you use the drugs. Help me here. Something deep in the back of your mind is not telling you that something is unequivocally incorrect about that picture slash notion slash premise? Really? You gotta be careful with the herbs, because they will cause kidney and liver problems. But it's okay with the drugs. Now, again, respectfully, let me encase that. Let me put it in quotation. Let me say this respectfully. This is what I call engineered ignorance, programming, and conditioning. 100%. And let me preface it by telling you why it is engineered ignorance and programming. Let me tell you why. You want me to refresh your memory? Well, let me refresh your memory, because many of us who sat in front of a television last night would have seen, again, let me put this up, my disclaimer, I don't have TV by me. I want no TV. I don't watch TV. Okay? You would sit in front of that television, and all of a sudden, a commercial with the pharmaceutical industry comes up, and they want to promote one of these drugs. Whatever that drug is. I like to use Zocor because it's one of the things that lick out a lot of people in this life already. And again, everything that I talk about, it's declassified, so they can't come after me. You can go there. But my problem is the things that aren't declassified. That's going to shift the wrong people. That could create problems for me. And I ain't stupid. I know why I need to say and how to say it. I'll give you the information in my office. I know what to say on the air, and I know what to say in my office. So, here what I want to ask you guys, honestly, and I want you to just process this for a little bit. Give me, again, I'm not against drugs. I'm not against, it's just the insane use, the inept use of it. So you're saying to me, you're saying to Mr. Johnson, that a person comes on television and he says Zocor, and I like to put it this way, and there's a family, there's a husband and a wife and maybe a little girl, I like to put it this way, always I would repeat myself, and they're running through a grassy knoll and they're having a good time and they're smiling, and they would advertise this particular drug, and they say, all right, well, let me use, like I said, I'm going to use Zocor. Talk to your doctor about Zocor. However, you can get blood clot, PE, which is pulmonary embolism. You can also get a DVT, a deep vein thrombosis. You can get shortness of breath, heart attack, heart palpitation, stroke, or even death. Talk to your doctor about it. We hear all that, and we say, okay, maybe it's good for me. You know why? Again, let me tell you why it's programming and why it's engineered ignorance on your part. Because it comes from educated people. And that is why you're getting caught up in that. I tell you guys, look it up if you want. Being educated and being intelligent are two different things. They are diametrically opposite. They're not the same. That's just like losing weight and fat burn. When an instructor who understands what he's doing, losing weight and fat burn are not the same. They're diametrically opposite. Totally opposite. I'm going to leave that right there for now. But they're not the same. And then people get caught up in that. Now, you're listening to all this stuff from somebody because they're educated and you run with it. So for this brother who called me Sunday, and listen, man, respectfully, because that man, I know he loves his wife. And he's a good brother. But in his head, there's this conundrum where he feels that, but how could she say this still? And then he turns around and he says, but you know how they are with this and that. So he's kind of down the middle. And all I said to him, pal, me ain't coming between you and your wife, because I know you guys have a great relationship. All I'm asking you to do is think for yourself. And I'm going to ask you a question. You have a granddaughter that you love dearly. I want to ask you, can you go out in the field and play with her for 10 minutes, running up and down with her? She's 5 years old, running up and down with her without you being roast? I said, you need to think about that, because if you put it in that context, maybe you would see what your wife is saying is not really the best thing. Why she means the best and maybe the nicest wife in the world, the advice is just not always good, because you cannot tell me that drugs is better than pharmaceutical, than botanical herbs, raw materials, or botanical nutrition. You cannot tell me. It don't make any sense. And it doesn't make any sense because here's what we still don't understand. That the multiplicity of cells in the human body, which is 3 to 4 trillion cells, every single one is made up of food. It can't make no sense. But here what the deal is. We are disconnected from that fundamental fact. Because it is a fact. It is a fact that we make up of herbs, essential nutrients, minerals, which minerals are the lion's share of essential nutrients for the human body. We are made up of that. Every single cell in the human body. That's why we melt so quick when we're dead. We go and dissolve real quick. We go right back to where we come from. And you have other people convincing you that something that made from petroleum that runs counter to the human genome is actually good for you. Well, we see what happened again. Let me just go back. We see what happened in the last 3.5, 4 years here. When we listen to educated people giving inept information. I would let that rest for a little bit until the right time to bring it up again. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the deal. When I come here and give information, I'm not giving listen, I'm not trying to convince anybody. This is not my style. I'm not here to convince. I'm here to convey. I'm never here to tell you how you should think. Anybody who knows me, I may be forceful in my dispensation, but I don't control, because I don't want nobody coming around me with no controlling element. So I do the best I can not to go down that kind of road. So I'm not trying to make you change the way you think. I'm just giving you information that could probably shift you from maybe a myopic mindset to one that could start reasoning outside of your myopic mindset. Again, I encapsulate that respectfully. Okay? So let's go on. When we have people that are educated, that continues to tell us the things that are not good for us are good for us, we need to watch at the results and how our life is progressing. Because like I said before, the human body is endowed with an intelligence. Somebody running the show. That's why it can heal itself. This is why the botanical herb, we can heal itself. You know, another brother called me and say, you see, you Mr. Man, in your mouth, you're talking things about, sorry about that, you're talking things about vegan. I heard you make a comment about vegan and all that stuff there, and whatever. I laugh. I wait until he finished talking, and when he finished, I give him my favorite thing. Pal, I stand on that. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and I'm entitled to ignore your opinion. Everyone is also entitled to their own opinion. You're just not entitled to your own set of facts. So here it is. It have no one on planet Earth to convince me that meat is bad. It's the type of meat and the way they are rearing meat in today's world. But you cannot tell me our ancestors' very genome and strength was metallized in hunting. What was going on hunt? Bush? Because that was just a small part of what it was. It was meat. We are paleotic beings. It's in our genome. So when my boy come at me in that sense, I told him, look, I stand on that. And I made a joke. I said, bring, and please only don't take this wrong. I said, bring 10 vegans, bring them. And all they come to fight me. Come, all of you. And this is the point I'm making, and I hope this is good radio talk and they don't take that and try to listen. So I'm just going to let you all know, because I realize they want to censor everything here. They try to control everything you say and how you should say things and all that and whatever. And to a certain degree, they may be right, but you just can't tell people how to express themselves if they're not disrespecting people. You understand me? And if they're not bringing an institution into disrepute. Y'all need to back up on that a little bit, but I digress. So you can't tell me that part of our ancestors' genome is being totally ignored by the fact that some people think, based on cultural / religious belief, this is the way we should go. All I'm saying is look at the outcomes. So when my brother asked me that, I asked him clearly, how come you got so much fat around your stomach? All these extended stuff, because here what? You preface being a vegan by the things that you eat. But my brother, you're eating food out of box. How do you become a vegan then? And I would say this again, because this is what he reminded me of real quickly when he brought up the topic. I said, being a vegan is a privilege of the elite. Let me repeat myself. Being a vegan is a privilege of the elite. You have to be intelligent and educated enough to know your deficiencies, and you have to be wealthy enough to afford the things that you are missing with. Because here what? When a person has a chronic disease, ladies and gentlemen, listen to Mr. Johnson. Every single chronic disease is idiopathically rooted not only in hypoxia, a lack of oxygen, but nutrition. All you'll sit on that. Because it are no maybe, but if no ands about that, it is the way it is. Every single disease in the human body is a lack of nutrition thereof. The body cannot refine a particular raw material, and when you can't refine that raw material, there is a deficiency. Well, with that deficiency, the body expresses itself in a chronic way. You don't believe it? Look it up. You will understand this is what's going on. And all you're going to do is, when you go to our allopathic doctors, respectfully, they manage your symptoms. And here it is again, your kidney, liver and heart in jail for a crime they never committed, because you keep pounding on those organs, which is, the liver is like, I think if anyone deserved a trophy in the human body, it's the liver, because it titrates everything and it can repair itself, right? You put those organs through all that to manage a particular disease, when all you have to do is give the body the raw material it needs to refine that. And there are things you can do in order for the body to do that, to bring itself back into homeostasis. But you see, if we are equipped with this knowledge, there's a whole bunch of places going and crash. And I keep telling people this: if we become very woke, if we go back on the inside, if we go internally and search for the God in us, the creator in us, if we go there, don't be afraid to look at the darkness. You're going to see some zombie inside of you that it will scare you. Die not and deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with your zombie. Deal with your demons. If we go from inside there and it shifts us from being uncomfortable externally, we are going to learn a whole bunch of stuff. And the more we get woke, the more the institution up there is going to crumble. So they can't let us know these things. They can't let us know these things. So Mr. Johnson will ramble on. Connect all the dots, because this is the whole thing. There is a connection. I just call it the spider web, because I saw how to stalk. I'll go all over the place, but I'll come back in the middle. There's this spider web connection, this protracted narrative, where we believe everything people tell us. They say you could, they say you couldn't eat this. They say, well, you're supposed to not eat salt. They say you're supposed to only eat. But what are they talking about? Who is they? And I'm always asking the question, but what are you saying? What are you saying? We miss it. There is totally a fundamental disconnect between our minds and the people who wants to control us. But remember, when they can't control you, you become a villain. And then people come against you. And the very people that you are trying to save also come against you. You ever thought about that? Yeah. Yeah. That's how it works a lot of times. Stop going against the people. Stop supporting the people who hate you against the people who love you. Process that for a bit. Many of you will need, again respectfully, many of you will need to run that through your mind a couple of times before it starts making sense. And let me just leave you another quote before I get off here this morning. I'm going to leave you with this quote. I have a few more time left, but I'll leave you with this quote. Let me just tell you this. You're not going to hear this quote from anybody else anywhere because this is mine, the Mr. Johnson quote. Your job is not your priority. Let me repeat it again. Your job is not your priority. None of us are indispensable. Zippo. Especially when you're working for a company, you're working for somebody. None. You see how quick they replace you if something happens to you and in the hospital. So quick they replace you if you passed on. So let me just finish my quote. Your job is not your priority. Your priority is your health, immediate family, and your devotion to who and whatever your concept of God is. And when I say this to our brother, he said, well, if I don't work, I will get money. I said, well, let me see your work if you're in the hospital too. When you hook up on a bunch of things and it up through your nose, let me see your work too. Because you see, that's the stupidness we talk all the time. Sorry for using that word, but that's the nonsense we talk all the time. Let me take back that word, yeah? That's the nonsense we talk all the time. We always want to feed our emotions, and this is the whole beat. Kyle, run that one for me.
With high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, prostate issues, cancer, PCOS, fibroids, or low testosterone, these conditions do not just show up overnight. They are signs that your body is out of balance. At the healthiest corner on earth, my focus is restoring that balance naturally using time-tested herbs, personalized wellness plans, and nutritional guidance, helping your body return to homeostasis, the state where healing begins. When your body is in balance, it can protect, repair, and renew itself. You don't have to wait until things get worse. You can take control of your health now. My goal is simple: to prevent chronic disease and support your body's natural ability to heal. Book your free consultation today. Give me a call at 736-3962 or 709-8450. Let's restore balance and prevent what's preventable, because your healing journey starts with one step, and I am here to walk it with you.
Thank you, my brother Kylos. Thanks a lot, man. And I'm here to walk it with you. I mean that. Hey, Frame, good morning, man. Keith O'Neill, good morning, my brethren. What's going on, bro? Long time no hear, no see. Frame, dig yourself. You know, long ago, Frame and I used to exercise a lot. Right through. I mean, if you know $40 area, and this is not, we out our bed. And when he went in the army, he went equipped. He wasn't, I think the only person to probably give Frame some thunder would have been Scrappy. But Frame went in there equipped. We used to work out every single morning. Maybe not on the weekend, but we would exercise 5 times a week. And Frame and I wake up from our bed. This is no joke. I got to put that out there because somehow our youths forget that. We will wake up. I would because I live a little around the corner from him, and by the time I meet they waiting for me. And we ran from in King Street to Speyside Lookout, drop, do push-ups without stopping, back down the road, fly through Ford, go straight Roxborough, turn around in Roxborough, back up to Ford, non-stop. I mean, we didn't just start out going there, but it non-stop. But Scrappy didn't know that I would have get to that point after he let me hurt my feet when I was like 11 years old. I tell him already, like, try that now. but that's what we used to do. However, with all the push-ups we used to do, Frame never had any pectoralis muscle. So I used to frame, you're a pirate, you bury your chest as no. No chest for frame. To this day, frame don't have no chest. Frame, go to the beach as a pirate, look for the chest, and dig it up. Because you look like you bury your chest as That my boy. That my boy. Hope all is well, man. Give wifey my regards, man, and the kids, man. Give Kibani a shout out for me too. All right, bro. Love in the house. Right. So let us go back to this homeostasis thing and this part with the imbued intelligence, and also for the fact that the vegan. If you want to be a vegan, you got to look for the right food. Now, here's another fundamental disconnect, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know? The plants that we eat, the very chloroplast of a plant that we eat comes from the earth through minerals. So the plant, the earth in which the plant, the vegetable is grown, has to have a particular bacteria that is conducive to that particular area. The plant suck up the bacteria with the minerals and we eat the plant, or we eat the animal that eats the plant. Now, here is the misleading statement that took more people's lives, more than World War I and World War II put together. People who were out there telling, and there are still people to this day that does that and believe in that, to tell people, well, I don't take nothing, no, I get everything from my food. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something again. And listen to me very, very carefully. You see that imprecise language, that kind of sideways conversation? You need to process that a little bit and put it into context. And let me tell you why. Let me walk you through this. There are no food on the face of this earth, none, that has all the essential minerals that you would need. Not one single one. That is why it's called essential minerals. We have about 20, there are about 20 to 22 different amino acids. Can't remember. Okay, don't hold me against it. But there are about 9 amino acids. It's called essential. You know why it's essential? Because it's not in the food. And it has to be imported into the body. Because that's where we came from. And that's the fundamental disconnect. Remember I told you, the lion's share of essential nutrients for the human body are minerals. Talk done. You know, that's not even up for debate. That is not consensus. That academics, people. That is academics. It's minerals. It needs to be imported into the body, which means if they're not there, we are going to have a chronic diseases and we go dead. We're going to be mash up, and we are go dead. Period. Now, of course, we have to die. Yeah, but it don't have to be in that miserable way. You know what I'm saying? And that again, that's one of the fundamental disconnects. That telling them, well, I just eat natural and eat food and vitamins this and vitamins that. Yeah, because you lack a dangerous viewpoint of knowledge. That's why you're talking that foolishness. That's why you're talking that inept, sideways, imprecise type of language that you think you can get and you believe based on what you're saying. And you believe that story, that you really can get all the essential nutrients from the food. First of all, you're not eating properly in the first place. You walk inside a supermarket, you're eating food out of box, and you want to tell me you eating healthy. And then you want to have a debate with that. We don't have no debate. There's nothing to talk about where that is concerned. Unless there's a philosophical conversation that need to be had and we can sit down like grown people and bounce things off each other, I'm ready for that. But when you think that you know, which is what I said earlier, then some of us don't know that we don't know, we didn't know that we didn't know. When you believe that story and you're running with that narrative to think that the foods that we are eating, look, even if you plant your garden in the mountain, away from all the environmental shenanigans and all that, for lack of a better word, you plant your stuff in the mountain and have 1 million monks praying on your garden every day, you're still not going to get all the essential nutrients from those foods. It's impossible. And that is why it's called essential nutrients. And because of that, this is what I'm telling you, look at the outcome today. Look at the outcome. And again, let me just go back to what I said before. Before you want to get emotional, run up in the 22 health centers we have in Tobago. I've never done how much in Trinidad, but just run into them at any open given time. Your answers will be right there. And maybe you will call Mr. Johnson and we can have a philosophical conversation. But until then, yeah, I'd lost for a little bit. Yeah, and maybe you could call Mr. Johnson and have a philosophical conversation. But until then, You need to bring certain things into context. You need to think about what you think about before you talk from emotions. We all do that from time to time, but listen, come on. Look at the position that you're in, and maybe you will think that. I just got a little message again, and somebody wanted me to talk about diabetes real quick and how it's done. Again, I'm not sure that I would have the time, but hear what I'm going to say to you out there. That type 2 diabetes is by way of the pathology of it, is insulin resistance, right? And it's too much insulin in the human body that disrupt the flow, damage capillaries, damage your kidney, your liver. That is what, when people go and start doing dialysis, it's because it disrupts the flow of the kidney. It damages the nephrons in the kidney. All those little teeny weeny pumps and capillaries inside of the kidney get disrupted by insulin. And then hear what happened when we go to the doctor. What they administer? Boom, insulin. I don't tell you what's going on with that already. Right? Tell you what's going on with that. Let us deal with what caused all those things to happen. Right? The proxy for all these things that biochemistry disrupted in our body, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, impotence, heart issue, high blood pressure, all those things are our biochemistry is messed up. It's called metabolic diseases. And the proxy for all that, trust me, 99% is by way of too much insulin in the human body. And again, as I told you, in order for you to stay alive, it comes to an adaptive stage, type 2 diabetes, and other things that goes on with you. You go there and they chop off your toe one by one till they chop off your foot. Right? And you okay with that because you're still going back there. With all that, you're still going there. And then you're coming by Mr. Johnson, you expect to get better in 1 month. Okay. I will wait. I am not one of those people to say things soft to nobody. Once I'm not disrespecting you and dehumanizing you, don't tell me how to talk to you. When I'm speaking the truth, don't tell me how to talk to you. If I disrespect you, sure, ram me. Ram me. Put me in my place quick. And I'll be the first to apologize. But don't come around and tell me, well, lower your voice. Because when lower your voice, modulate your voice, you want to do this. I'm going to leave that right there. Because you see, again, even if I did that, it's still not going to change you from where you're at. Because the very reason you're telling me that is because you're very well set in your myopic thinking, and I shift you from where you are. Many of us in this life today, many of us, we rather safety and comfort than truth. Many of us don't like truth. Truth shifts us, so we rather that. You talk to a person about, be careful how you're eating. Well, all of you are dead anyway. You know what I mean? You're dead, so you might as well eat what you want to eat. Here, what I want you to process. With that, again, imprecise language, I want you to process, while you are alive, what is going on with you. All I want you to do, think about a part. Where you can't walk good, where somebody have to take you from here to there, so you can't walk good. So go ahead and eat whatever you want to eat, and tell me, all of you are dead. Go and do that. I will wait. Ladies and gentlemen, again, let me do this. Carl, run that for me one more time, my brother.
Are you dealing with high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, prostate issues, cancer, PCOS, fibroids, or low testosterone? These conditions do not just show up overnight. They are signs that your body is out of balance. At the healthiest corner on earth, my focus is restoring that balance naturally using time-tested herbs, personalized wellness plans, and nutritional guidance, helping your body return to homeostasis, the stage where healing begins. When your body is in balance, it can protect, repair, and renew itself. You don't have to wait until things get worse. You can take control of your health now. My goal is simple: to prevent chronic disease and support your body's natural ability to heal. Book your free consultation today. Give me a call at 736-3962 or 709-8450. Let's restore balance and prevent what's preventable, because your healing journey starts with one step, and I am here to walk it with you.
Thank you again, Carlos. Loving the house, man. Loving the house, loving the house. You're doing good, man. Tell them. Corporal John, thank you. Hey, Panella, good morning. Panella. Penella, I told you, when people come around you and they're talking, hi, good morning, Penella, tell them they're not pronouncing your name properly. It ain't no Penella. Penella! Good morning, my dear. How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, you know, it's been a while. You haven't been in classroom, but I hope all is well. Stay strong. You and the neighbors. Take it in. All right? You know, Mr. Johnson gives you proper information here. All right? And every information I give you, you can always go and preface that. But listen, the time on the air is almost up, and I don't like to go on and take advantage of nothing here. So even if I lose a little bit of time from the beginning, I'm still going to stay within the confines of what it's supposed to be, because I know better. You know, and me and my boy, I were good like that. Plus, I don't want nobody stressing out Kyle neither, coming and tell Kyle, well, I don't want nobody tell Kyle nothing. So, ladies and gentlemen, my time is on the air. It's almost up. I got to be very careful how I make those stuff, because words have energy and their frequency in words and stuff like that. Kyle, show me a minute. Come on.
2 minutes, 23 seconds.
2
minutes.
Nice. All right, cool. That is from you? I heard a noise from you. Okay, right. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, let me just put out my disclaimer there. I don't know everything. All right. And I know I don't know everything. That's why I consider myself intelligent. But here what happened. I do the best I can, the best I know how to bring this information to you. I offer a free consultation. There isn't a chronic disease in the world that the body can't fix. None. Right? If you haven't born with a disease, it's not genetic. You haven't born with type 2 diabetes. Don't let nobody tell you it's genetics. Anything that is cross-referencing diabetes in terms of a chromosomal activity is outside environmental factors that affects the body negatively. It's called epigenetics. In order, no such thing as inheriting type 2 diabetes from no family that is genetic. That is, again, imprecise language. It's not true. It's not true. You have a metallation issue which can be fixed, and Mr. Johnson can guide you down that road and of how it can be done. The cancer, everything, all those things come from the same place. All mucus inflammation. We have 3 to 4 trillion cells in our body, and we have 2 different types of cells. When they don't have those nutrition, those cells express themselves in a way to remind you chronically, look, if you're not taking care of me, this is what's going to happen. And this is exactly, and then they give you all these specialists and you go through the revolving door. And let me give you another thing before I get off here. Let me tell you one more thing before I get off here. Here's the deal. You take a blood test, you go to them. I say this already, let me say it again. You take a blood test and you go to them. They look at your blood test. Everything look okay here. Meanwhile, you could hardly walk out the office. So, or you want to tell me something wrong with that? Because that blood test you cannot deduce, especially if you're not trained in that area. You cannot deduce from that where there is a lack of essential nutrients. You just cannot. They trip off on 201 cholesterol, but triglycerides, which is 300 and 400 something, which is fat in the blood, half a donut away from a heart attack. They're not knocking that. Uric acid, which causes growth for a lot of people, a lot of men walking around with growth. It's uric acid. It's uric acid. And they're there all the time, not doing what they need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, Mr. Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at 92 East Drive in Champlain. Am I my brothers and sisters keeper? Sure, I am. I am absolutely what it should be. Okay? But I'm going to tell you this until next time. Right here, same place. Again, Mr. Johnson, a.k.a. RJ, Megan.